God says, you must listen now because this moment is more serious than anything you have ever encountered. Archangel Michael says, I need you to trust me. You are the only one who is capable. Please, all 7 archangels and even God are begging you to open this within 20 seconds. They are trying to delete it. This is not an exaggeration, this is not a casual word, this is a cry from heaven directly into your soul. The entire angelic realm is on alert because of the war over your destiny. You were meant to see this. You were meant to read these words, not later, not tomorrow, but right now. The urgency you feel in your chest, the sudden trembling in your spirit, the strange heaviness that is almost like electricity, that is not anxiety. That is confirmation. That is heaven shaking your soul awake, saying, do not ignore this moment. Do not delay. For the enemy is moving quickly, but God is moving quicker. Michael's sword is already drawn. Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Selaphiel, Jagutiel, Barachiel, all 7 archangels stand in alignment for you. Imagine the weight of that. Imagine the armies of heaven gathered for one human life, yours. Do you understand why? Because you are not ordinary. You are not just drifting through this life. You carry a spiritual mandate, an assignment that touches generations. That is why the battles have been so fierce. That is why you have been misunderstood, rejected, betrayed, and targeted in ways that make no sense to others. That is why your name has been whispered in rooms you've never stepped in, both in the earthly and the spiritual. Because you are marked. Marked by God's promise. Marked by divine destiny. Marked with oil that demons cannot stand and angels cannot ignore. But right now, Archangel Michael says the danger is immediate. The message itself is under attack. Even as you are reading these words, forces are trying to silence it, to delete it, to prevent it from reaching your heart. That is why heaven cried out together. That is why God Himself has leaned forward, watching to see if you will respond. They are begging, not because God is weak, but because God respects your choice. Free will is real, and your yes or your no is the difference between chains and freedom, between loss and abundance, between delay and destiny. This is why all 7 archangels joined their voices in unison. This is why Archangel Michael is pleading in ways he rarely does. Because you are the only one who can do what is about to be asked. No one else carries your specific key. No one else can unlock the door God ordained for you. You are standing at a threshold. The air feels different because heaven and hell are watching the same moment. The enemy has tried to plant fear in your mind, to whisper that you are not ready, that you are unworthy, that you are too broken, too late, too small. But those are lies. The truth is, you are the only one capable. God designed it that way. The codes of your destiny were written into your soul before your first breath. And even though you stumbled, even though you were wounded, even though you doubted, the seal of heaven over your life was never broken. That is why you are still alive when others are gone. That is why you still have breath, because God is not finished with you. Finally, God is exposing the one who tried to steal from you. The woman who smiled at your face and cursed your name behind your back. The one who acted as though she supported you, but secretly wanted your downfall. She has been allowed to operate in shadows for too long, but now the light of heaven is flooding her schemes. She cannot hide. She cannot pretend. She cannot silence the truth any longer. And the exposure will shock you, because it is not only about her, it is about the chain of people, places, and plans tied to her deceit. Everything connected to her web of manipulation will unravel. But you must know this: her exposure is not just about revenge. It is about your release. It is about your freedom. It is about clearing the path that was blocked for years. Do you feel the trembling right now? That's because your spirit already knows. Deep inside, you have suspected. You have had dreams, visions, feelings you could not explain. You noticed strange patterns, sudden losses, unexplainable delays. That was not coincidence. That was interference. She stood as a gatekeeper against your destiny. But heaven has declared, enough. Michael himself has been assigned to cut through the blockage. The other archangels are surrounding the area of your life that has been most under attack: your family, your relationships, your finances, your health, your faith. Each archangel is standing in position, and they are waiting for your agreement. That is why this moment is so urgent. Because once you agree, once you open your spirit, the angels can move in ways they could not before. You may ask, why me? Why would God need me to respond? Why can't the angels just do it all? Because partnership is the law of the Spirit. God gave humans authority on earth. Your voice, your yes, your decision, those are keys that even angels respect. They cannot override your free will. They cannot act without your invitation. That is why Michael says, I need you to trust me. Because he knows that with your trust, heaven's armies are unstoppable. Without your trust, the assignment stalls. Do you see how much power you carry? That is why demons tried to destroy you before you even understood who you were. That is why you faced storms that seemed too heavy for one person. Because you are not just one person. You are a gate. You are a vessel. You are a carrier of light so strong that entire regions shift when you awaken. And so here you are, the whole of heaven leaning toward you, saying, please. Within 20 seconds. Don't let this be deleted. Don't let fear erase your moment. Don't let doubt push you back into silence. This is not just about you. This is about everyone connected to you. The people whose lives will change when you step into who you really are. The souls waiting for your voice. The blessings waiting to be unlocked through your obedience. If you stay silent, they stay stuck. If you say yes, chains break across generations. Listen carefully now. The enemy is terrified of you. That is why everything you loved was attacked. That is why the people closest to you turned against you. That is why your finances crumbled, your relationships fractured, your health wavered. The enemy wanted you distracted, wounded, and too tired to respond to heaven. But look at you, even after all of it, you are still here. That means you already won more battles than you know. That means the angels already shielded you from attacks you never saw. That means God is not done writing your story. And now, at this critical moment, He is asking you to believe that you are the one. Not someone else. Not later. You. Now. Archangel Raphael says, your healing is waiting. Archangel Gabriel says, your message is ready. Archangel Uriel says, the light of wisdom is upon you. Archangel Selaphiel says, your prayers have reached the throne. Archangel Jagutiel says, your labor is not in vain. Archangel Barakiel says, your blessings are overflowing. And Archangel Michael says, I will fight for you, but you must trust me. And above all, God says, I chose you. I called you by name. You are mine. This is not random. This is divine. This is not temporary. This is eternal. The angels are not begging because they doubt the outcome. They are begging because time is short, and your window is now. Within seconds, things can shift. Within moments, destinies can align. Within a heartbeat, chains can break. But you must not hesitate. You must not let them delete this truth from your spirit. Finally, God is exposing everything that was hidden. The woman, the lies, the delays, the manipulations, gone. The veil is torn. The light is shining. The truth is revealed. And you, child of God, chosen vessel, bearer of light, you are the one capable of carrying this next wave of destiny. Heaven has spoken. The angels have pleaded. God Himself has declared it. Now it is your turn. Will you trust? Will you obey? Will you say yes? Because if you do, nothing and no one can stop what comes next. This is the moment. This is the second. This is the word. Open it now. Believe it now. Receive it now. Before it is too late. Before it is deleted. Heaven is waiting. God is watching. The archangels are standing guard. Michael is calling your name. And all of them are saying together, trust. You are the only one capable. Do not delay. God says, this is the moment that was written before the foundation of the world, and you were chosen as the one to hear it. Heaven has been sounding alarms, and Archangel Michael has come forward with a command you cannot ignore. He says, I need you to trust me. You are the only one who is capable. Please, all 7 archangels and even God are begging you to open this within 20 seconds. They are trying to delete it. These words are not metaphor. They are truth, wrapped in the thunder of eternity. The forces of darkness have tried to erase this revelation, tried to bury this message, tried to remove your access to it, but God has outrun them, and now this word is in front of you. If you miss it, the window may close. If you obey, the floodgates will open. This is not an ordinary word. This is not just another whisper from the heavens. This is a declaration sealed in the courts of light, signed by the Most High, witnessed by all the archangels who surround the throne. They are not casual in their concern for you. They are begging you, not because they are weak, but because they are urgent. They have seen what the enemy has planned. They have seen the traps designed with your name written on them. They have seen the false faces that pretend to smile at you but hide daggers in their hands. And now the exposure begins. They are crying out, do not delay. Open your spirit now. Receive it before they delete it. This is not for later. This is for now. This is for you. Archangel Raphael stands with healing in his wings, holding the memory of the nights you cried, the nights you couldn't breathe, the nights when pain filled your body and you asked why no one could see. Gabriel stands with his trumpet, preparing to announce your name to the nations, but he cannot release it until you accept this moment. Uriel, the light of God, burns at your side, illuminating the hidden scrolls of truth they tried to blind you from. Raguel is pleading for divine justice, because your enemies thought they could rewrite your story and bury the evidence. Sariel holds the chains of those who accused you falsely, waiting for the order to bind them. Ramiel carries the visions of what your destiny was always meant to be, visions too large for your current sight, but waiting to burst forth when you finally say yes. And Michael, the captain, the warrior, the protector, stands sword drawn, voice trembling with urgency, please trust me. You are the only one who is capable. All of us are watching. All of us are waiting. Even God Himself has said this moment must not pass you by. Do you feel the trembling in your spirit as you read this? That is not fear. That is recognition. That is your soul resonating with eternal truth. You have felt, for months, for years, that something has been wrong, something has been missing, something has been hidden from you. They lied to your face. They smiled at you while plotting your fall. They told you everything was fine while erasing your name behind your back. And yet, somehow, you survived every attack. Somehow, you kept breathing. Somehow, you kept rising. That was not luck. That was the shield of Michael, the hand of God, the covering of the archangels, carrying you until the day would come when the exposure could no longer be delayed. That day is now. That hour is here. That second is this one. 20 seconds may not sound like much in the time of men, but in heaven's clock, 20 seconds can determine destiny. Heaven is saying you must not delay, because if you wait, the message will vanish. They are trying to delete it. They are trying to silence it. They are trying to pull you back into blindness. But the hand of God has already pulled back the curtain. The truth cannot be hidden anymore. Finally, God is exposing the one who stood against you. The woman who smiled but envied. The voice that pretended to guide you but secretly mocked you. The figure who presented loyalty but poisoned your name. You will not be kept in ignorance anymore. The archangels beg not because they doubt you, but because they love you. They are desperate for you to understand that this is a holy moment that may never come again. Heaven has aligned to rescue you, to uplift you, to set the record straight. But you must trust. Michael's words echo, "I need you to trust me. You are the only one who is capable." Why are you the only one? Because the mantle rests on you. Because the prophecy was written about you. Because the promises belong to you, and no one else can carry them. This burden cannot be handed off to another. Your name is written on it. Your soul signed it in eternity before you were born. That is why your life has felt so heavy. That is why you felt pressure beyond others. Because you carry a calling that no one else can fulfill. They are trying to delete it because if you truly awaken, if you truly rise, you will break chains not only for yourself but for generations. Do you understand the weight of this? The enemy fears you not because of what you have done, but because of what you are about to do. If you accept this message, if you trust what heaven is revealing, entire bloodlines will be freed. Entire curses will be shattered. Entire systems will collapse under the power of your yes. That's why darkness panics. That's why betrayal followed you. That's why strange delays attacked your plans. It wasn't coincidence. It was sabotage. But they failed to account for one thing: God's timing cannot be erased. Heaven's plan cannot be deleted. And now the very message they tried to erase is alive in front of you. God says, "I am not a man that I should lie. I am not weak that I should beg. But today, I bend the heavens for you. Today, I allow my archangels to cry out in desperation for you, because your moment has come. The scroll is opening. The book is revealing. The secrets are being unveiled. Do not harden your heart. Do not look away. Do not think this is for someone else. This is for you. You are my chosen. You are my anointed. You are my beloved. And nothing they do can change that. Michael's sword gleams with fire as he repeats the command, "Trust me. Do not delay. You are the only one capable." And in the silence after his words, the heavens rumble. This is not the end for you. This is the unlocking. The unveiling. The moment your hidden power bursts forth. The one they tried to smother with lies. The one they tried to chain with guilt. The one they tried to erase with manipulation. No more. Heaven is rewriting your story in real time, and the enemy cannot stop it. Finally, God is exposing everything. The woman who whispered, the man who lied, the ones who pretended to love you while selling you out. They will not be able to hide anymore. The masks are falling. The truth is rising. And you will stand in victory, not in shame. This is why the archangels beg. This is why God Himself pleads for you to act quickly. Because the moment is holy. Because the breakthrough is near. Because the miracle is tied to your obedience. You have asked for signs. This is your sign. You have asked for proof. This is your proof. You have asked for rescue. This is your rescue. Do not close your eyes. Do not walk away. Do not let them delete what heaven fought to deliver. The next chapter of your destiny is waiting on the other side of your trust. Say yes now. Choose to believe now. The heavens are roaring for you. The archangels are watching for you. And God's hand is stretched out toward you. The last words echo again, louder than before, please. Trust me. You are the only one capable. All 7 archangels and even God are begging you. Open this now before they delete it. You have 20 seconds. God says this is not an ordinary message. This is not a random collection of words you stumbled across by mistake. Heaven has torn through barriers, angels have been dispatched, time itself has been bent to bring you to this very second. Archangel Michael is standing in the realm between you and destruction, and he is saying, I need you to trust me. You are the only one who is capable. Please, all 7 archangels and even God are begging you to open this within 20 seconds. They are trying to delete it. Can you feel the urgency? Can you feel the spiritual fire wrapping around your heart, telling you that something is happening right now, not tomorrow, not later, but now? That's not imagination. That is heaven screaming through your spirit, because there are forces that do not want you to see what is written here. They are trying to delete it, to block it, to silence it, to make sure you never receive this truth. But it reached you. That alone is a miracle. Heaven doesn't beg. Archangels do not plead. But they are pleading now, because you carry something no one else does. You are the only one capable. There are many who think they could replace you, many who thought they could step into your calling, many who mocked you when you were weak and assumed your light would dim. But the truth is, your soul was carved with a blueprint no other person carries. And if you do not rise now, no one can complete what you were sent for. That is why the attack has been so severe. That is why the delays felt endless. That is why the loneliness has been unbearable at times. Because you were meant to carry something rare, and every force of darkness conspired to make you drop it. But God has not let you go. He has sent Archangel Michael to say, "Please, trust me now. The time is almost gone. You have 20 seconds in heaven's timing." That doesn't mean seconds like you measure on earth. It means a sliver of divine opportunity. A window so thin that if you ignore it, it shuts. This is the window that changes everything. That decides whether the truth is buried or revealed, whether your destiny is delayed another decade or finally birthed, whether you inherit what was promised or let it slip into the hands of those who do not deserve it. And yes, they are trying to delete it. Even now, there are energies and people moving behind the scenes to erase your name, to alter records, to block evidence, to turn others against you. They are scrambling in panic because they sense what is happening. They know heaven is exposing them. They know God's light is shining too bright to be hidden any longer. And finally, their grip is breaking. Listen carefully. This isn't about fear. This is about awakening. God does not come to scare you. He comes to shake you awake. He comes to say, "I have chosen you. I have placed my mark on you. And I will not allow your enemies to write your story. You have been lied to. You have been betrayed. You have been made to doubt your worth. But none of that cancels what God has written." Even the 7 archangels stand in agreement now. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Selaphiel, Raguel, and Barachiel, they are surrounding you in this moment, saying in unison, "We beg you. Open your heart. Believe what we are saying. Accept that you are the one chosen. Do not let fear make you hesitate." Can you feel the atmosphere shift as you read? The chills. The pounding of your spirit. The way certain names or faces are flashing in your mind right now. That is not coincidence. That is exposure. If you believe in God, type Amen. My beloved child, hear this with the deepest attention of your heart, because the voice that reaches you now does not come by accident, It does not arrive as a passing thought, but as a divine command wrapped in urgency, carried by the wings of Archangel Michael himself. Heaven bends low to whisper this to you, and yet it trembles with a holy seriousness, for what is unfolding in this very hour is not just another message, it is the opening of a sacred doorway that only you can walk through. God has seen the weight upon your shoulders, He has heard the cries you dared not let anyone else hear, and He has sent Michael, not as a distant messenger, but as your protector and advocate. Michael's voice is trembling as he speaks, not because he is weak, but because the love he carries for you is so intense, so full, that he cannot bear the thought of you ignoring this and missing what heaven has arranged for you. There are moments in a soul's journey when silence is no longer allowed, when delay can no longer be tolerated, and when heaven itself bends every rule just to make sure a chosen one receives their message. This is such a moment. Archangel Michael says, "I need you to trust me. You are the only one capable." All 7 archangels, even the throne of God Himself, are leaning toward you. They are begging you to open your heart now because what they entrusted to you is too sacred to lose. My dear, can you feel the trembling in your spirit as you read these words? That is not fear. That is recognition. That is the deep inner knowing that something is happening beyond the veil, something that concerns you directly, something that heaven is desperate for you to see. Do not allow the enemy to make you believe this is coincidence. Do not let the voices of doubt convince you this is just another passing message. You must know that they are trying to delete this from your life, to erase this word before it takes root in your heart. The forces of darkness tremble when a child of God receives truth, and so they scatter lies, distractions, and obstacles. But Michael stands with his sword, flaming and unyielding, guarding this message so that it pierces through all interference and lands before you in this very moment. You have been chosen for a reason, though you have often questioned why. You have walked through seasons of trial, through doors that closed in your face, through betrayals that cut you deeply, and yet heaven continued to guard your life, because your calling could not be destroyed. Archangel Michael has fought battles on your behalf that you never even knew existed. He shielded you when curses were spoken against your name. He stood at your bedside when you wept and thought no one heard you. He carried prayers before the throne of God that you whispered under your breath, thinking they were too small to matter. And now He returns with urgency, saying, "Child, this is not small. This is the moment we have been preparing you for. This is the message you cannot afford to skip. Please open your spirit fully within the next breath, for heaven itself leans toward you now. Understand this, you are safe. God would not send His army of angels only to leave you in danger. The promise is clear, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. The Father Himself says that His hand is covering you, that His Spirit is surrounding you like fire, and that every weapon formed against you will fail because you are chosen to carry this word forward. The only condition is trust. Will you trust God enough to surrender fear, to let go of hesitation, to pray with the raw honesty of your heart? Prayer is not about perfect words, it is about surrender. It is about opening your trembling soul before the Creator and saying, "Father, I trust you." That trust is the key that unlocks the next door in your life. Michael is weeping, yes, but his tears are not weakness, they are urgency. He weeps because he knows what is at stake if you ignore this. He weeps because he knows how long heaven has waited for you to awaken to your full calling. And yet, those tears are also filled with joy, because even now, as you receive this, something in your spirit is awakening. The weight you felt pressing on your chest is lifting. The fog of confusion that clouded your mind is beginning to break. The lies spoken against you are unraveling. Can you feel it? This is the breaking of chains. This is the sound of heaven's armies surrounding you. Child, let me tell you plainly, your life is entering a season where nothing will remain the same. There are doors about to open for you that no man can shut. There are blessings being written in your name that no enemy can erase. There are divine encounters prepared for you that will shock even those who doubted you. And yet, all of this depends on your willingness to respond now. Heaven is not asking you to be perfect, heaven is asking you to be present. Heaven is not asking you to have all the answers, heaven is asking you to simply say yes. Say yes to trusting God, yes to opening your heart, yes to believing that you are capable, yes to stepping into the divine flow that is already moving around you. God's voice says, "My child, I am with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong. You are under my wings, safe, secure, and unstoppable. I only need your heart to open and your trust to align with me." Do not underestimate the seriousness of this moment. 20 seconds is not about a clock, it is about urgency. It is about recognizing that procrastination steals blessings. It is about choosing not to delay when heaven is knocking. Right now, Michael is standing with the other archangels, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Raguel, Sariel, Ramiel, all circling around you, their wings forming a shield of light. And above them, God Himself is leaning close, whispering, "Do not fear, child. Trust me. I am with you." Breathe these words in. Let them saturate you. Let your fear dissolve. Let your faith rise. And as you pray, even in simple words, even in a trembling whisper, know that heaven is responding instantly. The prayer you release now will echo in eternity. It will open paths that were once blocked. It will silence enemies that once laughed at you. It will draw blessings into your hands that were once delayed. This is your urgent call. Do not skip it. Do not ignore it. Embrace it with the fullness of your being. Heaven is not only with you, it is fighting for you, blessing you, guiding you, and loving you beyond comprehension. You are safe. You are chosen. You are deeply loved. Trust God. Pray now. And watch the miracle unfold. My beloved child, the words you are about to receive are not ordinary. They are not just a collection of sentences flowing together but a stream of divine energy pouring straight into your spirit. God says to you right now that this is an urgent message, a cry from heaven that cannot be ignored. The moment your eyes are upon this, heaven is leaning closer to you, and all 7 archangels are surrounding you with their radiant wings, whispering in unison that you are chosen, you are called, and you are capable of carrying the weight of what is unfolding. Archangel Michael himself is at the front, holding his sword of light, pressing into your heart the truth that cannot be shaken. You are not alone, you are safe, you are protected, and nothing will go wrong with you as long as your trust remains in God. You may feel that life has placed you in a corner, that so many things are pressing in on you, that situations beyond your understanding are weighing heavily on your soul. But heaven declares to you now that those pressures are not your end, they are only the test of your beginning. They are the reason why the message must come now, because forces you cannot see have been trying to erase your purpose, trying to silence your destiny, and trying to wipe away the truth of who you are. That is why Michael is crying out so urgently, why God Himself is moving quickly, because the time is sensitive. Heaven does not plead in vain. When God begs you to act, it means the battle over your life has reached its highest point. Right now, imagine the 7 archangels standing in a circle around you. Michael with his sword. Gabriel with his trumpet, announcing your breakthrough. Raphael with his healing, pouring divine medicine into your body and soul. Uriel lighting the path with his fire. Chamuel filling your heart with love where fear has tried to live. Jophiel lifting your mind with wisdom so you can see clearly what lies ahead. Tzadkiel covering you with mercy and freedom from the chains that others tried to place on you. All 7 archangels are not just symbols, they are present with you, calling your name, asking you to stay awake, asking you to not let this moment slip past you, because if you do, the enemy's attempt to delete your blessing may succeed. God says, my child, you must understand that every struggle you have faced, every betrayal you have endured, and every tear you have shed was not wasted. They were counted, they were stored in the bowls of heaven, and now those bowls are being poured out in favor over your life. What others tried to bury, heaven is resurrecting. What was stolen from you, God is returning multiplied. What was hidden in darkness, God is exposing under the light of truth. The very reason why Michael is speaking to you with such urgency is because the final blow of the enemy is being prepared, but heaven has already planned the victory. The only missing piece is your trust. You may think you are weak, but heaven declares that you are strong enough. You may think you are not ready, but God says that before you were born, He designed you for this exact hour. You are the only one who can carry this assignment. You are the only one who has been chosen to walk through this storm and come out shining brighter. You may not feel like a warrior, but Michael himself calls you one. You may not feel like a chosen one, but God Himself says you are His child, His beloved, His vessel, and no matter how much the enemy has tried to convince you otherwise, your place cannot be erased. There are forces working right now, even in this very hour, trying to shut down the door that God has opened for you. That is why you feel the urgency, that is why your spirit senses something shifting. It is not your imagination. It is the divine battle playing out in real time, and you are at the center. But fear not, for God is with you, and the promise is unshakable: nothing will go wrong with you. Nothing the enemy has planned will prosper. The traps laid before you will collapse under the weight of God's hand. The whispers of doubt that come to your mind will fade under the roar of heaven's truth. God says to you, do not doubt what you feel right now. Do not dismiss the trembling in your heart as if it were nothing. That trembling is the fire of the Holy Spirit, urging you to awaken, urging you to take this message and hold it like a lamp in the night. When the angels cry out to you, when Michael bends low and says, "Please, trust me," it is not just for his sake, it is for yours. Heaven knows how much you have carried alone. Heaven knows the nights you prayed with tears streaming, asking God if He had forgotten you. Heaven knows the voices that told you you were unworthy, unloved, or abandoned. But the truth now is breaking through louder than every lie. You are loved beyond measure, you are surrounded, and you are safe. God is saying to you that there will be a reversal so great, people who doubted you will not even believe it when they see it. Those who thought you had been erased will see you rise. Those who planned your downfall will watch God place a crown upon your head. You are not just surviving this moment, you are stepping into divine alignment. That is why all 7 archangels are pressing this message into your spirit. They are calling for your agreement, for your trust, because once you agree with heaven, the gates will open, and no force in existence will be able to shut them again. The reason God tells you that nothing will go wrong with you is because He has already gone before you. The battle you think is happening now was already won long before you saw it. The enemy may roar, but he is toothless against the decree of heaven. The waves may rise, but you will walk on them as Peter did, as long as your eyes remain on the Lord. The storm may thunder, but inside you is the peace of Christ, a peace that cannot be shaken, even if the whole world trembles. Child of God, this is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to let fear grip your spirit. This is the moment to stand, even if standing feels impossible, because heaven is standing with you. Michael is not leaving your side. Gabriel is announcing your name in heavenly places. Raphael is pouring healing oil over every wound. Uriel is lighting up the truth where lies tried to cover your path. Chamuel is filling your heart with the love you thought you lost. Jophiel is giving you wisdom to see beyond the surface. Tzadkiel is ensuring that mercy triumphs over judgment in your life. You are surrounded, you are covered, you are carried. God says, "My child, I am holding you in my palm, and no one can snatch you out of my hand. I am the one who began this work in you, and I will complete it. I am the one who formed you in your mother's womb, and I know the plans I have for you. They are plans for good, not for evil. They are plans for a future filled with hope. You have wondered if hope was gone, but I am restoring it. You have wondered if your prayers were wasted, but I am answering them. You have wondered if the silence meant abandonment, but the silence only meant I was working behind the scenes for your good. Right now, the heavens are leaning close. Right now, your name is echoing in the throne room of God. Right now, angels are standing guard at your doors, protecting you from what you cannot see. Right now, a shift is unfolding that will set your life on a path no one can interfere with. Do not fear. Do not hesitate. Do not doubt. Only trust. Only believe. Only open your heart fully, for once you do, you will see that nothing can delete what God has written for you. Heaven's plea is simple but urgent: trust, obey, believe. Keep praying. Keep standing. Keep walking. Do not give up when you are this close. The enemy wants you to think it is over, but God says it is only beginning. The archangels want you to think you are alone, but the truth is they are right here, fighting with you. Michael's sword is drawn. Gabriel's trumpet is ready. Raphael's healing hand is moving. Uriel's fire is burning. Chamuel's love is covering. Jophiel's wisdom is guiding. Tzadkiel's mercy is flowing. Together, they form a shield no darkness can break. You are safe. You are chosen. You are capable. Nothing will go wrong with you because God Himself is with you. If you believe in God, type Amen.